Hey team, this is a Mocha tutorial. I'm going to be doing it on Keisha's shot number 3. And so you've got a bunch of plates here, and we're going to stack all these on top of each other. I'm going to start with the background plate, because this is the background, and then on top of it we're going to put the trophy, and the trophy is being pushed around. And so we're going to roto this using Mocha. I bet roto brush would do a really good job with this, but I want to show you Mocha. So here's how it works. It's just an effect that you can apply, Mocha AE, and then to open up the software, hit the Mocha button here. And you want to be in full quality. You don't want to be in quarter quality because it's only going to load it in quarter. So you want to be working with the full resolution. We'll use our pen tool to draw our mask here. And I'm kind of doing a rough, loose job, but you would want to zoom in and get these more perfect. These blue handles here can round out or make corners out of the anchors. So I'm holding Z and clicking and dragging to zoom in and zoom out. So I want to make sharp corners down here. It's kind of hard to see that corner, but... And then I want to round out all of these. So I'm defining a single plane in space that Mocha is going to try and track. And since it's rotating a bit, that's going to mess it up because Mocha just thinks in terms of like solid planes. So let's see how it tracks. When we track forward. And if you're not seeing the UI like this, you can change your UI from Essentials to Classic, and then you want to just hit the track button to track forward. And so it's tracking it and it's moving this mask with the track. And so we will be using the tracking data eventually, but we're mostly just trying to get our roto edges to be following the object, and that's what the tracking is used for. Okay, so the whole shot's tracked. It's following it quite well. If you needed to make any adjustments, you can just add keyframes at any point. So I could add a keyframe going out here, and then over time it would animate into that position. So that's how that works. Once you're happy with it, save it and close out. And all of that data that we just created is stored inside of this effect. So if we open up our matte and hit apply or create AE masks, it will create masks for the object that or the layer that we just defined. And so already this is pretty close to being done. We've taken out the hand and it's just sitting on the background plate. So if we wanted to apply the track information, so we want to take out this reflection of the hand, let's just add a gray solid and we'll sample the gray color there. Turn off the visibility, and I want to parent this solid to the track. So I'm going to first create a null. That's Control-Alt-Shift-Y. And then under tracking data on the Mocha effect, first you got to create it. And you can select the layer. We only made one layer, but if you had other layers, you could choose which plane of data to create. So it creates it as corner pin data. And we can export this as a corner pin, or we can export it as a transform. For this case, we're going to use transform, and then export it to the null layer, apply, and then that exports position, scale, and rotation data on the null. So now we can parent our gray solid to the null, and I will mask this so it's only covering this area, and now that gray solid is tracked onto it. So I want to apply the same mask to the gray solid. Oh, and I could do it this way too. I could just apply the same mask to the gray solid, and then it doesn't even need to be tracked at all. And let's see, if I intersect these two, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so those are the basics of Mocha, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.